Okay, I have a pretty crazy story for you today. A story that will help you improve your English speaking, listening, reading, all of those things. A couple months ago, a father from Texas moved his family to Russia because he wanted a better life for them. Well, about a month ago, he was forced into the Russian army, and now he is on the front lines fighting against Ukraine. Together, we are going to watch a news clip about this story. In that news clip, they are going to use some very difficult English terms, but don't worry. After the clip, I will come back and teach all of those difficult terms. This lesson is going to be perfect if you are studying for the IELTS or TOEFL exam. Or maybe you just want to have better conversations in English. You'll learn the idiom thrown to the wolves. You'll learn what it means to be uprooted. Well, we have a couple different ways we use uprooted. How about this English phrasal verb, jetted off? In total, I have about 21 new terms for you. Before we get started, if you don't mind, please go ahead and hit that like button. It helps other English learners find the channel. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss another English lesson.
And I know how much you're struggling without me, and I'm so grateful that you're doing this for me so that I can do this for our family.
A dad from Texas has been sent to the front line by Vladimir Putin just months after he moved his young family to Russia to escape woke America. 46-year-old Derek Huffman has been thrown to the wolves by the deranged Russian wartime regime.
Struggling. Struggling is a good verb to know in English. It means having a hard time doing something, facing problems. Maria is struggling to pay her bills after losing her job. I'm sure sometimes you are going to struggle with your English learning. Maybe now is a good time to mention I am offering one-on-one tutoring sessions. If you need a speaking part, call them the roots. So in that picture, that tree has definitely been uprooted. Jetted off is the next English phrasal verb I would like to talk about. Now you can see jet is part of the English phrasal verb, but it doesn't always have to involve a jet or a plane. It means flew away quickly. In other words, you might just leave a place quickly, but this could happen when you are going to another country. My cousin jetted off to Mexico for her vacation. That man jetted his family off to Russia for a better life. The family went and they brought their dog, and their dog was a husky. Just in case you don't know in English what a husky is, there is a picture of a husky, a large dog with thick fur, often used in cold places to pull sleds. They got a husky because they love to go hiking in the snow. Now, I'm not sure that Texas is a great place for a husky because it's just so warm all the time. I think huskies like colder places.
The Texan, along with wife Deanna, decided to move to Russia after claiming the US education system had become too progressive, after their daughter was taught about lesbian values. A trip to Moscow in 2023 later convinced the family that Russia was the perfect place to bring up their children in a more traditional society. Derek applied through the Shared Values Visa Scheme, which attempts to attract foreigners who reject destructive neoliberal ideologies which Putin claims are often pushed by the West.
Progressive, just like woke, sometimes this term is used in a bad way by Republicans, but progressive means supporting change and new ideas. My boss is very progressive. He lets us work from home whenever we want. Have you heard the term lesbian? Lesbian in the picture, it looks like there is a lesbian wedding happening. A lesbian is a woman who loves or is in a relationship with another woman. My friend is a lesbian and she's getting married next year. Scheme. Scheme. This word usually has a bad connotation. It's usually not a good thing. A secret or clever plan, sometimes dishonest. The company had a money-saving scheme to cut down on electricity bills. In other words, they might be doing that illegally. Neoliberalism. When you see neo in English, think new. When you see liberal in English, think like Democrat. But neoliberalism is a way of thinking that supports free markets and less government control. So they want more business to happen and a smaller government. The new mayor had a neoliberalism plan to let private companies fix public roads. That's a tough one, I think. Neoliberalism. Ideologies is also quite tough. big ideas or beliefs about how life or government should work. Different countries often fight because their ideologies are not the same. For example, the United States and China probably have very different ideologies on how government should work.
The family made the move and expected to start their dream lives. But Derek soon found himself in trouble after he agreed to join the Russian military in a non-combat capacity. He believed he would be given a role such as a welder or a war correspondent due to his lack of experience as a soldier. But Diana revealed in a vlog uploaded to the family's YouTube channel that her husband has now been drafted to near the front line as a fully fledged fighter. The heartbroken wife says she fears for Derek's life as he doesn't speak any Russian and had only been given a limited amount of training. Since being deployed to fight against Ukraine, Derek has only been able to speak to his loved ones on a handful of occasions.
Okay, let's talk about these next two, drafted and welder, together. When the man was drafted into the Russian military, he thought he might become something like a welder, not a soldier. So let's talk about what a welder is. That is a person whose job is joining metal pieces together using heat. And in the picture, you can see that person is welding. That's the verb we might use. And he is a welder, or it could be a she. I guess women could be welders, but I mostly see men doing this job. My uncle is a welder at a shipyard and builds big metal parts for boats. But earlier I said this man was drafted into the military. So let's talk about what drafted means. Chosen by the military to become a soldier, but here's the important part: often not by choice. You are forced into the draft. In the past, many young men were drafted during wars. And what I have in the picture is a draft card, the most probably 10. And in the picture, that person has a handful of strawberries. Those look like really nice, ripe, plump strawberries. How many are in that handful? Maybe like 10?
See, I'm doing well. Probably see I've lost a few pounds. I miss y'all more than you can imagine, and I can't wait to see you. Hopefully I get a vacation some point and I get to come home and spend a couple of weeks with you. But man, you're on my mind 24/7, and just know that what I'm doing is important to me and important for our family. I miss you so much. I love you. Today's Father's Day. Wish I could be there, but I'll be home for the next one. So y'all take care of each other, and I love you very much.
What if something is on your mind or someone is on your mind? That means something I keep thinking about. My kids are always on my mind when I'm working late. Do you study English 24/7? Probably not, because that means you would never sleep. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maybe you have this in your own language, but if something happens 24/7, it happens all the time, every day and at night. The gas station is open 24/7 in case you need something late at night. Take care. This is a very common thing to say when you are leaving someone, or maybe at the end of a letter you have written. You can say, take care. It is a way to say goodbye and show care, like show someone you care about them. Take care, she said as she waved goodbye to her friend. This is something new that I'm doing. Some people in the last lesson said they like this. So I have a couple questions to see how much you remember from the lesson. The first term we talked about was struggling. So what does struggling mean? A, feeling very happy. B, having a hard time. C, taking a long vacation. Or D, laughing loudly. Think about it for a couple seconds. Hopefully you said the answer is B. Struggling means having a hard time. What about this one? It's an English idiom. What does thrown to the wolves mean? Sent on a fun trip, helped by a group, left alone in a bad situation, or watched carefully. Take 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you said C. What does it mean to be uprooted? To plant a tree, to move quickly from your home, to fix a broken car, or to take a nap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it means B. What about this English phrasal verb, jetted off? That means someone took a train, flew away by plane, ran in a race, drove a motorcycle. I think this question is one of those like, which is the best answer? Because I'm not sure there is a great answer, but it could definitely mean B, flew away by plane, but it could also mean some other things just to like leave quickly. Congratulations, you made it to the end of another English lesson. Hopefully you got 4 out of 4 on that quiz. Don't forget, I am offering one-on-one speaking practice. If you would like me to be your speaking partner, check out the comment section. Right down there are more English lessons about Russia. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.